the one that got my back to the window. So.
True.
All right, it says we're live. Are you not getting video?
Nope.
Still no video.
Nope. I don't want to brag, but I could do this shit all day. But it says 2 people are waiting. 2 people are waiting. So me and Veronica are the only ones that are waiting for us.
Okay, so turn up your volume and see if you're getting audio at least.
Funny.
If you hear us talking on the thing, we're audio. We just don't have video. No, nothing. In stream. Let's see. No, wait, we meet the criteria for live. Let's see.
I know we got so many subscribers sitting and waiting for us right now. So.
Oh wait, it does say live.
Yeah.
We just got to find out if they got audio.
Yeah, we're on.
See, I told you.
Mine still says waiting for
Oh
this
my
to-
God.
What's up, fool?
Jesus.
Play the intro. Play the
Yeah,
intro.
let me play the intro real quick.
Welcome to the Weekly Pistol Podcast. At the end of this hour, we want you better than when we started.
We were probably live the first time, but we were listening to fucking T over here who didn't see video.
We're all learning curve.
There should be a delay.
It totally.
Yeah, don't listen to it because you'll get fucking confused. There's a delay so that if Mark or Veronica say anything inappropriate, we can edit it out.
Right. Me and Mark.
I got a
There's a
beat
delay.
button.
That's why we got.
That's what I thought
That's
I
why
was
we're
here
here
for.
late.
There's a delay on YouTube. All right, so we are back
Oh,
quite late because of Veronica. What are you doing? Looking at yourself?
No, Dan G's commenting on there.
Okay, well,
I don't know
answer
who
him.
that is. He's talking to you.
Yeah, Manny.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, I did get it to work. You know why? I'll tell you why I got it to work, because I stopped listening to Veronica and T, who were looking at themselves on the camera.
I am still waiting over here.
And they
so-
told me that it wasn't live. Dan G, how's the audio? I appreciate you stopping by. Drop some hearts and a like. Make sure you subscribe.
Yes.
We're gonna be burning. We're gonna play catch up today. So, I don't got my cheaters on. Veronica, read it for me.
What
I'm
am I
fucking-
reading? Oh,
What does the
It
comment
says-
say?
Put the filters on.
audio
Yeah.
is good. We like the inappropriate talk.
Oh yeah, you got permission.
You came to
I'm
the
off the
right
hot
place.
button. I'm off the hot button. Yeah. All right. Make sure you comment, spread the word. We're live. We're gonna play catch up. We haven't done a podcast in over a year, right, Veronica? Mark?
Yes.
It's been a while.
July.
So we're gonna catch up on everybody, see how everybody's doing. We got 3 people in the live. That's 3 more people than we expected, and I'm pretty sure one of those 3 is T.
And I'm still waiting for
And
it to show
stop.
up. So.
You know why your phone's not working? Because you don't have an iPhone.
You didn't.
Well,
You're
pay
fucking
your
around
internet.
with
that's
Androids.
that's probably true.
Yeah. If you spend a little extra money,
It-
you'd live with
Do
the
I have
rest
to
of
have
us.
internet for this? Because I don't know what internet is.
Yeah,
either.
Jesus.
Sorry.
You don't have enough internet.
Oh
to-
shit! Oh, what's up with that comment there? Look, it says Mark is getting old.
Oh,
That's distinguished. Come on now.
Thank God I'm not.
Why
on
you just got to
camera.
go at Mark that way?
Tell the truth, friend. Tell the truth.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
older. I'm
man.
older than when I started this thing.
And I am super happy that you're back with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Glad to be here.
Completely exciting. All right.
Jed's on too.
Oh, the big homie Jed coming in from Disney. I appreciate it.
Oh.
Hit, yeah.
Yeah.
Mark's still upset because he got called old. That's fucking, oh, that's
Oh,
bad.
Oh, hey guys, I can see you now.
Oh, finally.
I'm
Tanya
here to the
caught
show.
up, but-
Hey.
Android users, no wonder. We probably have more following us right now, but the Android users are still fucking 2 days behind. All right, so we'll catch up. I appreciate everybody coming into live. As time goes on, this will get better. The lighting will get better. I guarantee you when we get better lighting, Mark won't look as old.
Oh, the hell he won't.
Uh,
You look older.
Maybe he'll look older.
Keep the lights off.
Yeah.
That's when I look the best.
Hey, the big homie Jed's going to the Millennium Falcon.
Ugly goes away in the dark.
Yeah.
they say.
What
Get
is
your-
that?
get your
A
barf
ride-
bag.
A ride at the old Diz.
Yeah. He's pulling it down in Disney.
Jet, thanks for being on here.
Wow, he's on
While you're at
vacation.
Disney, man.
Hanging out in Disney with
Way to
these
go.
nuts. Okay. So let's get caught up
My
with
name's-
everybody.
My name's T. Thank you for showing up.
Yes. And the big homie KGB. Hey, let me just drop a little love for KGB 2283s. He's I met him on the gaming channel. We game. We'll catch up on that in a little while. He's got a good story. I'll drop a link if I can figure out how to do it. I'll drop a link to his podcast. Solid dude, man. I'm not going to bag on him too much. He only plays Call of Duty, which is not really a game. Just like people running around blowing shit up. But he's good at it. So shout out to KGB2283. Go to his Kick. He's got an Instagram. And, if you look deep enough, if you go far enough into the internet, he might have a OnlyFans.
All right.
So see if you can find him.
Hey, Manny has no clue. So what are you missing here, brother?
I have no idea.
I don't know, but they're going to see how long it takes you to figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently they can hear me.
It's going to take forever, guys.
Yeah, it's going to take a long time. It took me an hour to set this shit up, so just bear with us. Who made that comment? First of all, I could probably figure it out by the comment.
Well, D-Bugs. D-Bugs is the one that says you have no clue, Manny.
Oh, I don't know. I think I know who that is. That might be the big homie Dave.
Yes.
Which I'm surprised that he's working again, so he's probably sitting in a fucking a unit doing nothing. All right, so we'll catch up with everybody. First of all, I want to send a shout out to Don's Fine Cigars. Connie over at Don's allowed us to use the wonderful lounge today to do the podcast. We're smoking the Don's, and
That's the cigar you can't refuse.
that's right. So let me see if I can put this in here. Well, it's gonna have bad glare, but anyways, we're smoking Don's.
It looks awful.
It looks horrible. You know what I'm talking about.
They're
So
excellent, though. I'll tell you. I'm not a smoker, and I like it.
So I gotta say, I don't know if you guys are old enough to know this show, but the big comfy couch, that's what I feel like right now.
Oh,
'Cause I'm
you're
like-
big comfy couch. What is that?
It was a show.
What is that show?
A kid show. My kids used to watch it. It was like this girl,
Isn't that with Kiwi?
oversized couch. That's really what I'm feeling right now. So I
It sounds like a OnlyFans page.
no.
The other thing too, before we get started, we recently did a affiliate yesterday. I announced on Instagram. We did an affiliate with F3 Energy. Let me see if I can get that in there. But F3 Energy, they're doing big things with UFL, I guess United Fight League, and they're huge supporters of first responders. And I was streaming last night. They reached out. The community came out, made a lot of donations to Pistol, so we're going to be able to, to do more and help out people. KGB, yeah. F3 for the win. You're damn right. We're going to try. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to figure out. I don't know if F3 is going to ban us for this, but we're going to try to figure out how to turn this into an intoxicating drink. Veronica's going to pair it with some tequila.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's,
That's literally all I got.
so what's on there, Mark? What's it called?
Here's what we got, man. We got F3 Energy in their fabulous original flavor, the Orange Mood, Peach Mood, and Tropical Theory.
Yeah, and they got
Sounds
cookies too.
excellent.
I do enjoy the cookies. I didn't bring the cookies. I didn't get it because I ate them all. Like the Cookie Monster.
That's nice.
It's all natural, right? The 0 calories, 0 everything.
Yeah, it is.
So if you get a
For
chance,
your physical and mental strength, it says. Holy shit, I need a 12-pack.
yeah, fuck. If I would have had that shit before my PTSD, nothing would have happened.
Yeah,
Take
zero,
that shit.
0 calories too. So it looks like a lot of good stuff in there.
So what's the deal with that? Because I was trying to do too many things at once.
Stop
and
watching
and I
yourself
I'm
on fucking the
I'm
tubes.
trying to be helpful, and I can't do 2 things at once. So what's the deal with those F3s?
They're all natural. Just drink them. That's all I got to tell you.
Oh,
The big homie KGB2283 said tropical theories is favorite.
There's 4 of them. 4 of us.
I like Orange
No
Mood.
coincidence.
I personally like Orange Mood.
I'll drink whatever you don't drink.
All right.
Except the toilet water.
All right. That's clean water. All right. So let's get caught up on what everybody who's been doing. And we'll leave T for last because she's obsessed with herself. Well, apparently she's some fucking internet phenom. She's just watching herself on everybody.
I'm not even on
Look at
here.
me go.
I'm not
Send-
watching myself.
Look at me go.
Look at I'm not fucking watching myself.
Am I looking in the window or something?
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
Everybody send a shout out for T.
She hasn't seen herself on camera since she was
You
wearing
might
a
be in the
Zorro mask.
reflection.
I am.
Yeah.
No, I can't see myself.
She does. And for the viewers that are watching right now, give a thumbs up. And I will tell you that T's not looking her best. She kind of looks like a shit show.
Wow.
It's really
That
her
is
hair.
So, yeah.
It's not a bad thing. You
I
always look good.
I haven't
I mean,
combed
I've
my
seen you
hair
look
in, like,
better. It's not like you look
months.
horrible. She's upset because we didn't have her sticks today. So, but we'll
That's
get.
why you have the baby stick.
Yeah.
Oh.
Baby grape.
Yeah.
Baby grape.
Great babe. Great babe. All right. So we're going to get caught up with everybody. Who wants, Veronica, you want to go first?
No,
Mark wants to go
I
first?
think Mark should. He's been gone the longest.
Well, he's the oldest, apparently.
Quick,
But see,
get this
age
on
before
film
beauty.
before the old bastard dies. Yeah. So what's been going on with me for the last? I don't know. It's probably
Been a couple
2
years.
Yeah, 2
Yeah.
years.
2 years. Well, for the longest time, I was kind of off the juice. That's what I called meds, and was doing quite well, I thought. And then I ran into some shit, as we always do. And you're riding high and feeling great and everything. And then I don't know, I started collapsing on myself and recognized some bad shit coming. So I was like, better get back into some treatment and stuff. So I started seeing some guys at the VA, which actually their PTSD treatment is probably cutting edge stuff for right now, because of all the Gulf War, or not Gulf War, but that's how old I am. But from all the Afghanistan and Iraq and all those combat things that we've been having going on for the past 20 years, they've evolved their stuff so rapidly and so good that they're probably some of the best PTSD treatment stuff that's out there right now. So I went into counseling with them guys for a while on just like a, check it and see kind of attitude. And it did a lot of help for me. It did some good. And so I went into therapy with them. And then, of course, you know how they are. What you need is some medicine.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. You know what? I'll kick your ass for some medicine. How about that?
You know what you need? You need some benzos. That's what they tell you.
Yeah. So anyway, they tried a number of shit on me, and it was always the ride and high thing. And oh man, this stuff's working great. And 3 months into it, it's like, no, it's not really working that much. You know what you need is more of it.
Yeah.
More of it and more of it. So I've been on that roller coaster for like the past 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So I
So are you back on meds? Did we determine that?
Yeah, just one though.
What is it?
So, the Loxetine, and it's because
Is that a generic name or?
No,
No,
it's
it's
the
not.
deal. But it's mainly a pain reliever because I got small cell neuropathy too, and so that's just like a neuropathy. It's just not in your extremities. It can just shoot wherever the hell it wants to. Like all of a sudden, I'll be sitting there, God, feels like a bee is stinging me in the face.
Oh, that shit happens to me in my
neck
face all
or
the time.
Hands yeah, but that's your wife slapping.
Maybe
you.
it's old age.
It's probably hitting you with the damn skillet.
Yeah.
So you're only on the one med, but by
Just the one.
looking at you, dude, you don't have your shakes aren't as bad as what I remember.
And that's another thing. They slow down. I still got them, especially when I'm doing fine motor skill thing.
and when you get
Like masturbating?
amped up, obviously.
Is that fine motor skills?
Man, I wish. Could you imagine? I have five
Do you
vibrators
get
right
it?
here.
Was I supposed to? Was I don't think I was supposed to say that on YouTube. It's a beat button there.
No, they don't care about vibrators.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I'm back on Deloxetine, but it's primarily for that, and then I'm doing some asthma stuff too for my COPD.
Are you still seeing a therapist?
It's just a check-in when I need to, so I don't have a weekly or a monthly or anything like that. I see the guy quarterly.
Is that an option?
Yeah. It's just an option. But so anyway, I'm not, I used to hate meds because of all the side effects that the way the shit ripped me down and wrung me out and everything, and stayed off of them for over 10 years and just dealt with everything in my own, I don't know, bad ways, I suppose. But I don't know. I'm not embarrassed about it, or I don't feel defeated or like I've backtracked at all.
I think that's major because
Yeah.
you know how they're gonna put me on meds and we're
Yeah.
all fucking resistant and then we
Yeah.
all went off when we weren't
Yeah, man.
supposed to and
Yeah.
you get back on it
Yeah.
because you're fucked up and
Yeah.
you get to the point where you're like, all right, I know I need this shit now
Yeah.
and I need to fucking just do it, and then you got to just change your thinking about it and be like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on them, and it helps me be a little more normal.
Yeah. And I know the effect of it all. It's like I'm super mellow compared to what I normally am.
Yeah.
No, I know, man. Seriously, you wouldn't believe it, but truly it is.
The green leafy substance has that same effect if you use that.
I thought so,
Gummies.
man. And I was on that too. I was
Didn't
on
help, huh?
gummies, and I was on pop too.
I had to get off the
I
gummies.
had-
I tried it and it still makes me too paranoid. Like
Paranoia,
I can't-
man.
I
My
can't
God,
deal
I
with
was
that.
Yeah, I don't need that paranoia
I-
shit. Motherfuckers
I
coming
got
to kill
enough.
me.
I got enough paranoia.
Because I said, okay, if I'm going to be on meds, let's try something natural.
Natural.
Supposedly,
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
try
Exactly.
wheat. Yeah. Fucking nope.
This shit
Can't
ain't
do
no
it.
natural pot like
Nope.
you used to grow in our yard or some shit,
Right.
back in the 70s.
It's high tech weed.
No, man,
First of all,
this stuff.
We're not
Shut
all
up.
the weeds, not all the screw shit in our yard.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Oh,
This is chemically altered.
yeah, I didn't talk. I just said I found it.
But it's good to know we tried it, and it doesn't. I don't like
Yeah,
it. I don't like it, so I
exactly.
don't do it.
Exactly. I don't either. But it started out just like every other med. Like, oh man, I could sleep like a baby on this thing.
Right.
And the next thing you know, I was taken from a portion of a gummy to, damn, I can't get enough of 3 gummies.
And then you wondered why you're paranoid, you dumbass.
It was rapid, man. It's like super nice. And I'm not looking for a cure-all. I was just looking for something to pull the edge off, man. Like I just sold my mom's soul for 3 hours of sleep. Please,
Yeah,
my
oh,
God.
yeah.
I
Are
need
you still
sleep.
having problems sleeping? Do you still wake up? I know we talked. Do
yeah.
you still wake up at the same time?
Yeah, yeah.
That's fucking so weird, man.
It's some bullshit.
You gotta have that
hate
warm
to sleep,
milk.
man.
Yeah, remember we had that podcast?
yeah.
You go with the warm milk.
You know, I swear, I know. I laugh, but
Big exploded
still-
boot just said, "What's up? What's up, Bootster? What's up, Boot?"
Boot got out of bed.
He's out of
for this.
bed.
it's still the same way though. I still resort to that, man. I'll go in and get a glass of milk and some cookies, and I can get an extra 45 minutes out of it.
Right on.
Oh, yeah, I'll take it.
Well, if for those of you at home, if you haven't tried the warm milk, try it. Let us know.
Well,
Don't even have to be warm.
even though you look super old, apparently, I think you look.
Milk does a body
I think
good,
you
Mark.
look better. I think you look good.
You have great
Hey, I ain't
bones.
bad for 75.
Yeah, you have great bones.
Actually, I'm only 28, but this dry heat out in Arizona.
Yeah. Let's see.
KGB misses the good old sleep days.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, man. Who the fuck's get Veronica? Do you get good sleep?
No.
So you don't get up past 11. So what are you doing when the fucking?
She's in bed at 9.
Yeah, she's in bed at 9:30. She's
Hey.
before the podcast started. Listen,
She's engaged, man. That's
Yeah.
what she did from
Listen.
9 to 11 this morning.
listen. She comes in here talking about I'm late because she can't get out of bed. And then she tells us that she went to bed at fucking 9:30 last night.
You can't get out of bed from 9 to
And
11.
she has shitty sleep.
He needs to loosen the restraints.
Yeah,
That's why she couldn't get out of bed.
those cuffs are tight.
I take enough trazodone that I want to go to bed at 7 p.m. So I got to go to bed early, and I don't know what happens in the night. But
Yeah, because that shit shuts your brain off. I used to
I
tell.
don't care what the fuck it does. I want it every night because
Yeah.
I can't not sleep.
I used to tell my psychiatrist that I needed something to go to bed to shut my brain off. And he gave me, and we talked about it in the last, or some med podcast that we did in the past. And my first cocktail of medication was trazodone to put me to sleep, which is an antipsychotic, risperidone to keep me asleep, and then lorazepam for good measure. And then I would fucking booze it behind it. I'd fucking go down to the bottom of the liter. And when he handed me that shit, he's like, "This shit should be shutting your brain off." And I told him, "Look, I want to die from 10 to 6. Can you make that happen? Can you just make me die from 10 to 6, come back?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got you. And he gave me stronger dosage of trazodone. And now there's a side effect to that, right? And when I read the bottle,
Is it a boy side effect?
no, it's not a boy side effect.
Are you sure?
Just so you know, and look, I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah.
That's so soft. You're talking about Zoloft.
Oh,
But look at, but let me tell you something. I don't care what anybody says. We've tested it in our groups, right? You all been here.
yeah.
The sexual side effects are for women too. So
Wait, for so soft or for
no, not so soft, but
Man, where was I on that?
yeah, no.
Son of a bitch! You guys had a sex podcast?
No. It was
Because I would have commented on that. Hey, I'm gonna show up late, but I'm gonna be there.
I think we were walking around going, "Hey, Veronica, does this look swollen to you?"
No, it doesn't.
By testing
Check out how
It
they go
looks
there.
shrunken.
Does this look swollen?
Who was here for the inappropriate talk? Because here it is.
Yeah, this is what you signed up for.
So
But
what's the side effect?
so no, it was actually we all went on it. It was the one that just made you a zombie.
Not
Lexapro.
oh,
Man, that shit fucked everybody up, bro.
Really?
Like, yeah, everybody I talked to, they said the same thing. Like, I just had the same fucking, I had no emotion. Like you told me, hey, your whole fucking family just got wiped in a car accident. I'd be like, all right, cool. Right. And then they come in, they'd be like, you won $1 billion. I'd be like, all right, cool.
hey, Boot says trazodone sucked for him. I assume he woke up feeling so down and not wanting to do anything. That's not what it's doing for me. But
Trazodone?
yeah, that's what he says about
It
traz.
knocked me the fuck out.
Yeah.
Maybe
KGB.
I was so. That's probably where one whole year went was on trazodone. That's probably. You might be
Dude,
right.
I live for trazodone.
Do you?
I love.
fiending for
give
that
me some
shit.
Motherfucking trazodone.
You're like that. You're like that xylazine zombie, huh? Just fucking freaking out in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
KGB
Exactly.
says it got worse for him after he got shot. So basically, he just takes naps.
Hey, naps are good, KGB.
I like naps too.
I take naps
nap.
because I'm almost 50. Well, not 50. I'm 10 perfect fives.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what I'm gonna tell
I
people.
can't take naps because then I will never get up. Like my nap will be from 10 a.m. until fucking 5 p.m. and then it's time to go to bed. So why take a nap?
Sometimes I take a nap just to
Super days.
recover from the sleep I had the night before.
Yeah. Sometimes I can't help it.
So you're doing better though.
Yeah.
You're
a
doing
lot
better.
Doing a lot better. And I like what T was saying. You know, you gotta think of the long game instead of,
Yep.
man, I gotta get back on this shit. Gotta go through these things. And you know, I knew they'd go through a couple experimental things with me. And then they finally got something that's kind of like a trifecta because it handles the anxiety, it handles depression, and it handles pain. So I'm like, that's 3 things that I hate the most.
The long, you have to think about the long game because we
Yeah.
think, okay, like we first went to therapy, you got a half an hour, doc, fix me and get me the fuck back
Yeah.
out there.
I got to shift
But
the
you
pole.
you have to realize, okay, this is the long game now
Right.
because it shit ain't going away.
Right.
It
No.
ain't going away.
No, it's part of us, but it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to take you out of everything. But you
It's
just
not.
gotta.
It doesn't have to consume you.
It does consume you.
Well,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to. It
It-
just takes a long time to get it to where you're,
If
oh,
you,
you
can
know.
That's what
figure,
we're
if you
saying,
can
long
figure out
term.
your path that you're now on, you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure if I was doing anything related to PD or that kind of shit again, I would be so fucked up. I would be a mess all the time.
Oh,
Like,
I would
can't.
too.
Man, I
Yeah.
can't take the
Sure.
garbage out to the curb without getting fucked up sometimes.
Well, that's
Like I'm
true.
cussing at the neighbors because they don't put the
Good.
fucking garbage completely on the street. You know?
No, dude.
what I mean?
I don't want to talk about
We
my
know
poor
why.
neighbors.
Did we talk about that?
Why? What you need to do?
Oh, you got to bring up bullshit.
It's not old. It's recent.
All right. So you're doing good. That's good. You got a garage. You collect beer cans, right?
Yeah, it
they're
sounds-
That shit was dope.
Hey,
Sounds bizarre.
KGB says they put him on trazodone and it messed him up so quick taking it. KGB, I want to know what are you taking anything then? What's working for you?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry to interrupt.
Heroin,
I want to know what's working for him. If anything's
Gaming.
working. Well, he doesn't like sleep, so
COD.
that's shit working. COD.
It's Call of Duty. I'm just
Oh,
giving
I
them
was
shit.
like, fish? What? You gotta eat fish?
Yeah, you are going natural.
Uh,
What? Don't
Look
fucking
at-
talking cold.
look
I'm
at-
fucking
look
old.
at-
I'm the old one over here.
Look at-
Goddamn.
Look at Exploded Boots comment. It says I got plenty of beer.
Oh, boo.
That's weird.
Step away from
Yeah.
the alcohol, brother.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, you'd like Mark's garage because he's got beers from like the 50s and shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I do. I
Hey.
got some that are super old. I got probably
Jesus.
Who put that?
How old
What's
are you?
working for
How
you?
old are you, old man?
59.
No bullshit.
Yeah.
You're not 59.
All right.
you fucking
somebody
kidding me?
Take back his comment that
59,
he looks
motherfucker.
fucking old for 59.
59.
No.
Are you fucking shitting me? You're 59?
Nah, yeah.
God damn, I wouldn't have paid you for a day over 58. It's fucking nuts.
Thanks, cocksucker.
If I wasn't a lesbian, I'd actually look at you twice. bro.
Yeah.
I am a lesbian, and I look at me 3 times. How about that?
He touches himself to that pattern. Flying that rainbow flag.
I put my wig on. You wouldn't recognize me. You wouldn't recognize me.
Yeah, you look good. 59.
That's dope, dude.
See, I'm starting to wonder because last time you were rubbing on Rob's leg. Now
Whoa,
you're-
whoa. That's
Listen,
that's
hey,
behind the scenes,
you
man.
know,
We
I've
don't
got a
talk about that
special
shit. You know what I mean?
relationship
That's
with-
backstage at the Pistol.
Yeah, don't bring up that stuff, man. That's how you keep secrets. You know what I mean?
Pistol's back door.
Hey, that must be
That's
my
where the shotgun
trazodone.
goes.
That's my trazodone talking. He looks good.
Yeah, that's fucking all right. Hey, look, who put that there? D-Bugs put strippers and blow.
Oh, Jesus.
Ain't that it? That's for all
I'm
of us.
sure a lot of
That's for
people.
all of us.
That's fucking all right,
Hey, I'm
man.
gonna try one of these. Which ones do you guys not want?
Hold on. Let's ask somebody a drink. So
Oh, you got
Uh,
one open, Manny.
I always drink Orange Mood, but KGB said that he likes that one you got in your hand. You should try that for him.
Tropical Theory.
Yeah, and then give your opinion.
All right.
Yeah, give your opinion.
I'll take it straight
All right. Do we need to
out of the
be?
can, and then I'll add ice.
Do we need to be so silent while he's drinking? Like Veronica.
No,
Veronica now.
you're up, Veronica. Where are you at? What do you got going on?
I feel like I'm doing a lot better. I've been going to our last
Bitch,
podcast.
you said that 2 years ago. I think I'm fine.
Yes,
I'm good.
Last
That's
year,
good, man.
last year I was called
You like
out,
that?
right? And I went back to therapy. So I've been doing that regularly since then. And I don't see a reason to stop. Like it's so much better when you are consistent in something. And I feel a lot better. And I am back and working again. And I don't have any problems being there around it, hearing it. Like I feel a lot
Whoa,
better.
whoa, 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 whoa.
What?
Let's go back.
Back in where?
We'll discuss that later. But we've got a peanut gallery here for Veronica.
What?
I'm gonna look over.
A fan club?
I'm gonna look over to the.
Perfect.
I'm gonna look over to the peanut gallery and just nod. Old Frenchie,
Old guy
nod.
over there.
Is she better? Is she better?
Oh yeah.
Fuck! Did you see? Did you see him look at Veronica first? Like,
No.
wait, it's better.
I am.
She's better. She's Latina. She's better. It's because of therapy. All right. So let's
I love
real
my
quick.
therapist.
You are doing, or you were doing, some new therapy.
In the very beginning.
What's it? Talk
I
about
don't-
it. Do you
I
remember
don't-
it?
No, I don't. Because that
Jesus.
was over a year ago.
What, you don't remember the therapy they gave? You know what EMDR is.
Yeah.
You know what brain spotting is.
Yes.
Okay. What therapy did you do after that? You said it was card reading or some
There
shit.
was she did something with these cards that really look like tarot cards, but really it was just trying to get you to.
She went to a fortune teller on the street.
She's talking to a psychic.
1970
Are
fortune
you my
teller.
therapist?
Yeah.
Are you?
And that's what Pistol will pay for.
Yeah. Go to the psychic. The psychic will tell you you're fucking fucked up.
No, it
Oh,
was
here comes the death card.
totally
Yeah.
bizarre, but it was just a brief thing. I don't know. I think it was more of just trying to help me identify like feelings and then what those feelings are trying to tell you, like why you're having them and what the meaning behind is.
Feelings again. Here we are.
I don't do good with
Back to
feelings.
I don't
feeling.
either, but
Well,
I do
none
a
of us
lot
do.
better
Wait,
now. I do a lot better with them now. Like now,
I
I,
wanna-
can actually like when something shit's happening, I can go like, "What is that?" And
It's
try to
anger.
figure it out.
Immediately,
Not
it's anger. I
always
guarantee you,
anger.
it's always
Not
anger.
Not always.
Let's ask KGB if he likes feelings.
Nobody likes. I didn't say I like
Or-
them. I
or-
just say
or
I
exploded
understand
boot.
them now.
Yeah, understand is the word.
Yes, I understand them, and I can
feelings.
recognize what they are.
And how do you combat that?
Well, you just got to like figure out why. Like it's deeper than just like the surface things that we allow. So you just have to be able to recognize them, understand them, and give it some time to like actually figure out why you're feeling that. Like what is the cause of that? What's happening right now that's making me feel this way?
So let's use a hypothetical question.
Great.
Hypothetically, let's say that you were going to the dump and
Whoa, whoa.
someone. It's hypothetical.
What?
It's hypothetical. It's hypothetical.
Why
I
you
just
gotta
want
go
to see
there?
it. I want to see it in action.
Wait.
So-
was that? Did we ever talk about that before?
No, we'll get to
was
that.
since?
No, we'll get
Oh.
to that. But just
Okay.
hypothetically speaking, let's say you go to the dump and someone makes you angry.
Not the furniture store.
Yeah, But so how do you deal
No,
with that
so
anger?
I would say what I've learned now is really to before I get to the anger, right? Because there's a shit ton of feelings we're feeling that lead to anger, and we explode when the anger happens and whatnot. We make our bad choices when.
Don't look at me when you say that.
I mean-
Somebody went to the dump.
Oh, jeez.
And so I think it's just really just paying more attention to what I'm feeling on a regular basis, not waiting until I'm about to blow up to acknowledge something's not right with me.
I don't know. I don't know that it's feelings. Okay, so are we
stupid
talking about the
people
dump?
still do
Because I feel like I need to justify myself.
But
on
listen,
what
there
the
are
difference
moments
is.
where
Bring it
stupid
up.
people do stupid shit and it's just going to automatically piss you off. Like that's
Okay.
going to happen.
I think the difference is impulse control in the beginning as opposed to impulse control now. Not even talking about feelings, but the fact that I went from 1 to 100 in
3 seconds.
3 seconds, and now
Yeah.
I have more control over.
You just go
myself.
from 1 to 90
well.
in two and a half
Some of
seconds.
I don't think I do.
I think comes from acknowledging how you are feeling, like what's happening in you. That's. I mean, I know in 3 seconds, like it's hard, but over time, like you've started to just deal with things better as a whole. But some of that is your medication. If you're doing therapy, like just all the different things
Right.
that we acknowledge and learn, I guess.
So so Debugs put in. So real quick, Exploded Boot. we're gonna get to the clarification of the dump
The dump.
when
Gotta
T
know.
speaks.
Okay, it really is the refuge where you take your trash.
Yeah.
It's the fucking dump.
Okay, yeah.
It actually
Okay.
is
So you'll
the
get that in a second, but real quick, going down to debugs, and I was gonna refer to that. So debugs and I had talked early on when we were first putting everything together, and I can't remember if it was him or me. We just basically had, been honest with each other and said it's a lot easier to go to anger than cry,
For
right?
sure.
Because you're sad.
Yes.
So, and then I was struggling. See, I couldn't go beat the fuck out of the people at the department that fucked me over, right? I couldn't go to HR and just walk in there and fuck, even though I made those threats. And, the big homie Nate talked me off the ledge. But I mean, I sincerely was going to hurt people at HR. And I had genuine anger for them. But I was also dealing with screams, not sleeping, night terrors. And the last thing that we can do, obviously, as police, firefighters, is stop moving forward. We're not trained to stop and hide in a corner, right, or be scared, right. And so, what do we do? We amp ourselves up to go in there and pull bad guys out, or
push through it.
yeah, you got to push through it. Yep. So, even trying to decompress or tell somebody. I think Veronica and I have gotten a lot better at that, right? Like we kind of will text each other like, this motherfucker's going to die.
We used to do that.
Yeah.
A lot.
And I did it a lot with Dave. Dave talked me off the ledge a lot. But I think it's just too easy to go to anger than it is to break down and cry.
Well, that's what Debugs is saying. He's not sure if it's the same for a woman, but men only reach for anger seemingly because it's the easiest. I think men are programmed towards anger more than any other feelings because you're not allowed to have feelings as men. You're supposed to be tough. You're supposed to be whatever. But I can't say that because I'm a woman, I was any less angry. Oh no.
Well, you're a lot more angry.
Yeah, I think you're angrier than most of the guys.
But it's funny.
Here.
I got a lot of anger.
I didn't want to say anything because I don't want to get beat up in the
She's a
alley.
6'3" lesbian.
Yeah.
She's gonna come at you.
Yeah.
So
I've been beat up by girls before, and it wasn't pretty. In my defense, it was a 16-year-old, but she had backup, a
Right.
13-year-old.
Yeah.
And the two of them beat the living shit out of me.
yeah, Debugs
That's a whole
said
nother story.
men aren't emotionally intelligent, and he's not sure if he knew any other emotion. I don't know about. Do you think
I didn't.
emotionally intelligent? That's a good way of putting that.
Well,
because
I
you
used to
weren't
tell.
taught.
Yeah, well, I used to tell people when we first started doing presentations and we did our groups, I used to tell people the girls that came into PD before they were PD, they had it right. Like, you guys know when to cry, you know when not to cry, right?
I
You
think
have,
even that changes over.
well, you get callous, right? You start hanging around guys and shit. But initially,
And the job makes you.
yeah, human nature, you have, Dave and I had talked in the past, like I remember, and you guys have heard this story, after going through therapy and thawing out and getting this, one day I'm watching TV and a commercial pops up, and it was two kids talking about whatever, and they did something, and then I just broke down crying.
The one that has their dads and
Yeah, they were
moms
getting married
each
and
other.
shit. It was
Yes,
stupid.
I remember that story.
I don't even know why it wasn't sad. And then, so even now to this day, there's certain things that I can't watch that I normally would watch because now I get emotional for those things. And I think I'm broken. Like, should I be crying right now?
I think the exact same way. When something starts to make me emotional, I try and put it, okay, whoa, what's happening?
Yeah.
Why are we being emotional right now? And I don't know what to do with emotional.
So it's easier to turn it off than try to figure out what's happening.
Absolutely.
well, I don't know what to do with the tears. I don't.
Love them.
Are you ashamed? Are you ashamed of the tears?
No, because I don't know that I remember how and when to cry. Like, when is the right time to cry? And here's an interesting thing that one of my buddies told me last week. Hold on. Somebody put a big old comment in there. Read that comment because I can't.
KGB, they still haven't figured it out. I'm still on medical leave and dealing with nerve damage issues. He's talking about the back on the medication thing, I think.
Oh, okay.
Neck and back is effed up and hoping to find out soon is I'll have permanent or temporary. So I think he must have went to the dump for reals and then came
Yeah.
back to our
Or he's on
conversation.
meds and he's just time delayed. We're on a
Oh.
new topic.
Debugs also chimed in with, it took him a minute before he could watch End of Watch.
Somebody warned him not to watch that shit, and he still did.
Yeah.
A year
Was it
later, mind you,
recently?
but he still fucking. I told him. I mean, somebody told him, don't watch that shit.
And then he did. Dum.
So, going back to what I was saying about my buddy, just last week, I was talking to my buddy just about everyday shit, and he made a comment. He goes, "You know, I noticed something about you, and I didn't really know how to bring it up. And I've known this guy since like, I don't know, 6th grade." And he said, "You've delivered bad news to me before, right? Like when my dad passed last year, I had to call him and tell him." And he's like, he goes, "It's so weird to hear you deliver bad news."
No shit.
And I said, you know,
What it did to you. Yeah.
well, he goes, you just say the facts. That's all you say, right? There's nothing behind it. There's no emotion.
Police
And-
mode.
That's yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, what the
they did.
fuck?
Put police mode for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, think about all the death notifications we had to do,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Ray talks about doing them. We just did a presentation for Bureau of Prisons, and he talked about doing death notifications, right? And I remember, like, I would pull off to the side of the road and wait. And I thought, when is the most opportune time to fuck this person's world up, right? And I tried to give him a couple extra minutes of peace before I knocked on the door. But when he said that to me, I was like, fuck, man. Like, this fucking job fucked me up. Like, even on my own dad's death, you know, I was delivering death notifications to people who were upset, and I was just reporting out the fact that my dad passed. Like, it was just factual.
Yeah.
Right. And so now I'm at a point where I'm starting to, and Veronica's, we'll talk about that in a minute, but I'm starting to understand that there's a proper time to cry, right? Like, there's a right time. There's good tears, right? Because you're happy, and then there's sad tears because you're sad. But I still really go to anger first. It's just easy. It's just easier to go to anger because there's so many people I could be pissed at, you know? But anyways, going back to what,
It's also manlier to be angry than it is to be sad.
I know, but do you have time to think about it?
Well,
No, I think
how
you're
do you
so
have
conditioned
time?
into doing it.
You don't
Remember,
become
Manny,
who
when
are.
you were saying your kid was sitting there making that noise with the cereal
Oh,
bowl?
that was
was
his
Anna.
wife.
oh, that was my
his
wife.
Yeah.
That was my wife.
Yeah. Somebody dinging that damn cereal bowl with that bowl, like ding, 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 ding. And your attitude was, how dare you make that noise and trigger me so bad? That's the anger that I show. To
Well-
me, it's like, how dare you
Yeah.
make me, how dare you slam that cupboard and scare the living shit out of me?
Right.
You know,
Well, you know what's
Those
funny
kinds
about
of
that story?
that's when I resort to anger in an instant like that. If I'm shocked,
I don't
But if
think
I get a
like
choice,
that. I don't think,
I can rationalize.
how
it away.
dare you do that to me? I think I
Stop
get-
doing
No,
it.
I get angry at myself because it's affecting me.
Yeah, later
Because
I do.
I'm super right away. Like
Oh, do you?
yesterday, somebody's alarm or some kind of alarm was going off, and all I could hear was this fucking alarm, and I'm like, if somebody doesn't turn that fucking thing off, I'm gonna lose my shit. But I'm not thinking, how dare they? It's not them doing it to me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But I'm automatically angry that it won't stop. But I don't know if I was angry at myself, like because it's triggering me, because it's bothering me.
Yeah.
But you took the time later to look back on that and think that now you're upset with yourself or to
Well, during the process, I'm thinking, okay, first of all, why is this stupid alarm triggering me? You know, that it won't turn off. But I'm thinking during the process, like, okay, why am I getting so mad? But I don't know why, because I'm extremely sound sensitive.
Mhm.
So anything that's fucking sound over and over or repetitive or loud, it makes me want to just curl up into a little ball and just like
So
make
one of the
everything
things
stop.
from the BOP thing that Ray talked about and that I had forgotten about because it doesn't bother me as much anymore, but was all the chatter. And he mentioned like his wife will want to talk, and he just can't. He can't hear it anymore. He just
No.
needs it to
Yeah.
turn off. He just needs
Tell
to
me about
stop. Like I can't take anymore in. And I remember being that way too. Like with my kids, they would just be playing and just their voices, the sound, everything happening was just so overwhelming to me that I just couldn't. I remember like getting so upset with them and just like stop talking, stop making noise because and it wasn't them or what they were doing. It was just I couldn't deal
Yeah.
with it. Like I couldn't at all. It was just too much already, too much for my head.
So you don't have that anymore?
Mm-mm.
You don't.
No, I mean, there's little sounds that do still bother me, but it's not like as often, I guess, or frequent. Like it's not as normal for me as it used to be.
It's definitely less than it was for me, but it's still there. And I don't go to anger as quick, but
Well, how long out are you now from your injury?
oh, fuck. 2015 was when the
So-
incident
But
was.
it's 7
So
years.
Someone else
Eight-
do that
eight
math.
years?
It's 8.
I don't know.
Just
8
went,
years.
just went over 19 years for me.
And
Yeah.
are you still? Do you do
It's an
anything
L,
for therapy, counseling? Have you continuously done it or no?
No, I stopped doing it. And the reason I stopped doing it, yes, but because I was dealing with workers' comp having to okay it or,
Oh, right.
that kind of
Yeah.
bullshit. And that got to be so frustrating that I was like, I would rather not do it
Yep.
than get myself so pissed off because workers' comp people are so fucked up, stupid.
Right.
So I don't do therapy, just the medication now. But I don't feel like I'm missing because I think I pay attention more. I pay attention to myself and what gets me, and I try and avoid that.
So you got enough tools from past counseling
I got tools
to work with yourself.
and I keep my
move
and I
forward.
keep my group small.
Yeah.
I have very few friends that I get to go and see, and they know all my issues, so that when it's a safe space for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I don't do a lot. I'm going to a concert tomorrow, and it's probably not a good idea.
Let me know how
went
that
to
works out
one.
for you.
But I already know. I take my earplugs. Everyone that there knows.
Earplugs to a concert? That seems like a waste of money.
It doesn't knock it out completely. It just
You're going to be
Makes it not
dancing in
so loud.
silence.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, this is good shit. Good shit.
over there?
yeah. And everybody knows as long as I don't say, okay, this shit's going down. Meet me at the car. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just be over here and I'm good. And it's okay that I go over there and do whatever I need to do as long as it's not ending up in jail.
Well, the part of the anger, what I was talking about with Mark, when he's talking about that bowl, he was actually in group when that happened. And I came in and there was probably about 10 people in that group. And I walked in and I'm like, I need to speak my piece here, people. And I start going off about how my wife is hitting this porcelain bowl with a spoon. And I'm fucking angry. I'm getting fucking angry as fuck, right? And I remember thinking I wanted to grab her by the throat, throw her out of the fucking house, right? And I remember Mark looks at me. I think I'd known Mark maybe a month, 2 months, and he goes, "How dare her fucking do that with the bowl?"
Honestly, man, I
And
kept
I was-
shaking my head. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is wrong with that
Right.
person? What is going?
And
how
I'm sitting there.
inconsiderate.
Yeah, and I'm thinking I'm not crazy because
Oh,
I've
I
got
know.
support. So as soon as
Yeah.
Mark chimes in,
Yeah.
the rest of the group agrees, right?
I know.
And now I've got an army of people behind me, and I'm thinking I'm not crazy.
Let's get her.
Let's get her.
Come on.
Get her. We're
Storm
good.
Manny's
Right.
house.
And so the part of that was the one person in that group was Dave. And I remember we were sitting there and we were gonna light fires and go find my wife, right? And we were gonna and she was gonna have to eat from a paper bowl.
Yeah.
Right.
With a
And
plastic spoon.
I look over at Dave, and as I look over at Dave, he's like sitting there back. He's kind of like a peanut gallery over here, just leaning back, looking at me, and he's got a smile. And I'm angry, right? And I look at Dave, and I'm like, Dave, what the fuck why are you smiling? And he looks at me, and he sits up, and he leans forward, and he goes, "Hey, why don't you try to eat cereal without hitting the fucking side of the bowl, you
I know.
stupid motherfucker?" And I was like,
remember
"God
him
damn you,
saying
Dave!
that. I know. I remember him saying
I'll kill
that.
you right now,
I
Dave!"
know. We were all pissed at him.
I was so mad. I was like, "Why you gotta fuck my anger?
Yeah.
Don't fuck my anger up."
Devil's advocate over there.
I was like, stop being all fucking lovey-dovey shit. Hey, read those comments because there's a lot in there. I don't put my cheaters on.
KGB said he does believe that he needs to, or wait, I do believe it's good to recognize the feelings. Oddly enough, after his incident, he hasn't felt anger as much, but he does have outbursts some days. Who doesn't? Like,
Yeah.
do you guys still?
I say we ask KGB's wife.
Yeah.
I say we get her on the line. She can call in
Do you still have outbursts?
all the time.
Exactly. You still have.
Never.
Shut the fuck up. And, yeah. You can't not. So KGB, you ain't alone in that.
Hey, we're gonna set up. We got the ability to take phone calls. KGB. This next live podcast we're gonna do. We'll have your wife call in and give us the download. Give us a skinny on it.
Speaking of your buddy Debugs, He says the frustration of not being able to live in a normal space without the simple shit setting me off. I know. So you're frustrated with yourself because you're getting set off by normal shit, which is the cereal bowl. Normal shit.
Mhm.
I beg to differ. That's not fucking normal.
And whatever.
Nobody should hit the fucking bowl that many times.
Well, and you kept saying things like, you said in the past, you're like, hey, he's got every right to be a kid, to make that
Right.
noise. And she has every right to hit that cereal bowl.
Well, that was one of the things I struggled
Yeah.
with when I first retired was, being around screaming kids and stuff and going to birthday parties. And I mean, we all missed a lot of shit when we were on duty. We missed shit. So you try to make it up. You try to make your presence known. And the kids, run around being kids, and I couldn't be there, and I'd be angry and have to fucking leave. Dave brought up a good point. Him and his wife had created this thing where they took 2 separate cars, and if he had to go, he just excused himself from the party. And I did that for a while, but I started to realize that it wasn't fair because, they're allowed to be kids, right? That's what kids do.
Yep.
And who am I to go in there and start telling them to sit down and shut the fuck up, or the parents see that I'm getting unnerved. I really didn't like to see my nieces and nephews and their parents stop something on my behalf, right? Because I felt like I was a buzzkill.
Yeah, and even you leaving.
Yeah.
Even if you leave, everybody knows, shit, we overdid it.
Yeah, we
did-
fucked
so
up
you
somewhere.
put a
Yeah.
wet blanket on the
other
party
end
no
of
matter
that,
what.
They
Yeah.
know if you're coming that they got to be careful.
Yeah.
Because they're already walking on eggshells.
And I think in time, if you're just starting to struggle with it, if you listen to us, we can tell you ahead of time, like, do these things and fix that problem. A debug said, wives know the truth. Damn right.
Oh,
Get
wives know.
KGB's wife on the phone. I'll give her she can call in on Bluetooth. We'll get the fucking skinny on this guy.
Boot talks about having to stop halfway through and say I'm sorry. Okay, how much more have you had to apologize for your behavior than you ever did before? You never had to apologize for your behavior. You're like,
No. Yeah.
but now you're like, oh, I really did fuck up. I'm gonna go ahead.
You know what I
I'm
hate?
gonna bite this little.
What I hate the most is having to go say I'm sorry. So that's
Yes.
that's
It's
something that
another-
helps put a cage around me and says, do you want to go apologize for this? Oh, no? Well, then shut the fuck up. Idle back right now, or you're going to break out the sorry knee pads and be over there kissing somebody's ass
Yeah.
that you're already
Yeah.
pissed off at.
Yeah.
So just back off, shut up.
Well,
move in on
it took me like 2 years. I remember I was going to therapy twice a week, and for like almost 2 years. And I remember one time my wife was sitting next to me in therapy, and the doctor said, what do you need to hear from him? Right. And she's like, I'd like to hear sorry. And I'm thinking to myself, I did some rancid shit, man. You go into a bottle and bad shit happens.
Tell me about it.
And I didn't think sorry was enough, right? Like I thought there had to be a new word developed for the actions that I put towards my family.
So you said nothing?
So I said nothing. That's why I wouldn't say sorry. It just seems so minuscule, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you say to somebody? For those of you guys who've been in a shooting, you just took somebody's life. And granted, I understand you're doing it at the highest levels because they're trying to take someone else's life or your life, but you still took somebody's life. Do you feel like you need to say sorry? Like, is there somewhere in there that you say, hey, I'm sorry I had to take this dude's life, right? But I had a hard time going to my wife because I didn't think that sorry fit the hole that I had put them in, right? I didn't think there was enough sorries in the world to fill that. And so when I heard it, I was like, man, so just sorry, huh? And let me tell you, the first time I said sorry, you remember the Fonz? Remember how he struggled with it? That's how I was like,
It's not cool.
I'm showing my age. But I was like, and my
But
wife's
I
like,
knew what you were talking about.
that's right. But my wife's like, what are you trying to say over there? And I'm like, and she wouldn't let me go. She's like, what are you trying to say? And I'm like, And then she's like, go ahead and say it. And I'm like, you know what I'm trying to say, God damn it.
Hey, Boot said he was told flowers work, but it didn't work when he brought him to his male neighbor after he blew up on him. A dumbass.
Flowers to his
Hey,
neighbor.
Boot, that makes you a dick.
Yeah.
You bring him a 6-pack.
Yeah. You bring that guy a 6-pack. But anyways, who were we on? T, or are you done? What do you got?
Yeah, I'm good. You're good.
Oh hell.
Let's go with T.
Oh.
No, I
thought
want to
she's
go with you
last.
because we gotta tell the people watching about the dump incident.
Okay.
So how you got angry?
I don't remember how long. Like, obviously, this was when we were doing our podcast
Yeah, it's been
before.
like
So
two-
a couple
two
years,
Yeah.
right?
At least
And
two
I
and a
was
half, probably.
super angry, and I don't even know if I was on medication at that point. I
You
don't
were
fucking
just-
remember.
You've always
you
been on
went through a
medication.
Really angry phase.
Well, yes, I'm past that, I believe, but don't catch me on the wrong side outside, guys. So I go to the dump to dump some trash. Very simple. I'm pulling a trailer. Well, at the dump here in Phoenix, you have to pull up to the stop sign, and it's single file. So motherfuckers are behind me waiting to go. Well, you have to stop at the stop sign and wait to get told by the attendant
Come on up.
which fucking hole to go into, right? They're all numbered.
Yep.
Well, somebody's backing in a trailer and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. So the attendant walks off to go assist them. And I'm sitting there waiting my turn, like you're supposed to follow the rules. And some motherfucker behind me honks. Okay. So he honks and I think to myself, motherfucker, don't fucking whatever I said. Well, he honks again. And of course, the first thing that comes out is the fucking bird out the window. Fuck you. Fuck you. Obviously, he's not paying attention, or I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But the next thing that happens is he runs into the back of my fucking trailer. Like, not hard, but enough that I lost my shit.
Oh. Well, he was on methamphetamine.
Well, I don't know what he was on, but he is now on ice packs for his balls because I came out of my van and went back to, he had his window open and I just started punching him through the window.
Right on.
Punching him repeatedly.
Even the
calling him
peanut
every-
gallery's nodding over here. You're like, good
Am
job.
I not justified?
Absolutely.
Am I not justified?
There's the anger. There's the anger right there. You've got a soldier behind you.
Was it the appropriate thing to do? I would say fuck yes every time. But would I do it again? Like,
Maybe not.
Hey,
really,
D
but
said,
really.
yeah, do it again.
when
He's
is
all for it.
When is it appropriate to go hands on? He technically ran into the back of my trailer. Like, it was a bump, guys. He bumped me and I
I don't think anyone here has a problem with you slapping a motherfucker.
I don't either.
Okay, that's right. But that's why I love this group, because I can say, yes, I beat the motherfucker up.
Yeah.
And yeah. And I'll
Let's
be-
light the torches and go find.
Yeah,
this
let's
son
go
of a
find
bitch.
this motherfucker.
You got away with just a face punching?
Yeah.
So really, I think
That's assault with a deadly weapon.
And then he was in the work truck. So then that wasn't enough for me. I needed to call his work and tell them that he just got his ass beat by a girl at the dump because he ran into like, was it necessary? No. Did it hurt
As a guy
anything?
that's been beat up by a girl, we always like to qualify that.
Yeah.
See, I was beat up by two girls. One was 16 and one was 13.
So that's the dump story. And it's justified. Like, it's totally fine. It's not like I went off on some rando and he wasn't doing anything. He
So that's what he-
deserved everything he got.
That's what he told his boss. He said, I was beat up by a girl, but she was 6'2".
Hey, look at Boots' comment. Look at Boots' comment. Read it. Read it.
The last one?
Yeah.
Was that you? I'm still in pain.
We're coming for you, Boots.
Oh.
We're going to give you the boots.
Actually, it could have been him because I have no fucking idea what the guy looked like or what the fuck. Yeah. Sorry, Boot. I hope your nuts are okay.
That shit was hilarious. Was that you?
Uh-oh. I've been voted most likely to catch a charge. I think that's
Oh, absolutely.
that's already been
Absolutely.
long. Yeah.
There's
that was
no.
only one story.
Yeah, that was only one.
Oh,
I have another one.
oh, wait. Which one is it?
The other one that I have.
The guy that came up on me on the street.
No, this one. I have this one.
There goes the crackhead that I see each morning.
You remember that?
Oh.
You remember that? Why
Oh,
don't you tell the
there's-
story about what you did to the
there's-
person that
There's
was?
so many stories.
They were
Dad.
just
I
using the
forget-
restroom.
I fucking forgot.
They
all
were
about
just
that.
using the restroom.
Oh God. Do I have to tell this story?
Yeah,
now?
tell this story because it's
Oh.
fucking hilarious.
Okay, so the house,
I think that KGB and Boots will love this story.
the house behind me was vacant at the time for sale or whatever the fuck, and I'm in my backyard and I watched some homeless transient burglar. I don't know what the fuck, but he didn't belong in that yard. I watched him go into that yard, and I'm like, what do I care? I'm no longer a police officer. I don't give a fuck. It's a vacant house, not my business, right?
Yes.
This motherfucker goes right up to the back porch on the cement under the covered patio and leans against the wall and pulls his pants down and starts taking a shit. And I got so fucking mad. I got
He's gonna go fight him.
I
out.
got so mad that he was
You lit
fucking
the shit on fire.
dude. I couldn't get over that fence fast enough, and I was yelling at him, "I'm gonna fuck you up!" Like he needed to be beat the fuck. This isn't my house. I don't know why I give a fuck that he is shit. It would have been fine had he shit in the grass.
Yeah.
But because he went up on the
Shit on
patio,
God forbid you do it on the concrete in
because he
Tanya's
went-
world.
Well, because it's so disrespectful to
Yeah.
do like shit in the yard like a fucking dog if that's
Yeah.
what you're gonna do. But you go on the patio and shit. I was so fucking mad. Like seriously, had I gotten a hold of that motherfucker, I would have been arrested. I would have been
You
arrested.
probably would have given him a good beat down.
Oh,
And just the other day, I saw a guy shitting on a corner. I drove right by him.
So,
Yeah,
that
in the valley.
happens.
and that'd
Yeah.
be okay. You
It's
can shit on
normal.
the corner.
Yeah.
Damn,
That's
dude.
funny because I just saw a lady shitting in a ravine or whatever, and I couldn't care less. I was like, go ahead, bitch, shit yourself.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. Just don't shit in my yard.
But it was just the anger of
Yeah.
that he chose to shit. I don't know who owns that house.
And you
I
know,
don't
it's funny.
why.
I don't know if you remember this, but we had a youngster that came to group. Somebody decided that it would be funny to put plastic poop on T's car.
Oh, these
Right.
motherfuckers. Yeah,
And
I
that shit was
remember that.
fucking hilarious.
Shit follows you.
Yeah.
You're a shit magnet.
You're a shit
True
magnet.
shit
I'm
magnet.
surprised once I found out who put that shit on there that I didn't beat that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Up.
And it was
Like,
funny. Everybody was in, right? Everybody was in.
Oh yeah.
But God help the person, boy. She interrogated him in the corner like a fucking redheaded stepchild. She's like, I know you fucking did it, man. Right? Cough it up. And he may or may not be guilty, but according to him, he just told on himself. He's like, I did it. And then he tried to throw me under the bus. He's like, man, he told me to do it. I was like, fuck you. Don't bring me in this shit.
I think it was because I was standing so close to his face and he's probably like a foot and a half shorter than me. And I was like, you motherfucking did it. He's like, I did it.
Yeah, he
I
gave
did
up.
it."
He confessed to, he was like, I did Jimmy Hoffa. Hey, Boot, just so you know, it was just Robert that she intimidated out of that. Just Robert. So anyways, we see him all the time. So
But I've gotten a hold of my anger now. Like I recognize, okay, I can't be beating everybody up. And I've like taken myself back and I think, okay, that does not affect me. It has nothing to do with me. There's no need for me to, I'm not a cop. I don't need to take action. I don't need to, not my job anymore.
It's not your concern.
Not my concern. And that helps me a lot to deal with my anger. Not my concern.
you mind your own business.
Mind my
It's
own
free.
business and hide in my house a lot.
I was just gonna say avoiding
And
public
avoid
things.
avoid
Yeah.
public because
Yeah.
I don't want to go to jail.
Right.
I don't want to go to jail.
Well, now like motherfuckers have to be active shooting before the PD responds. They're so short-handed. So
Oh,
even if
that's
somebody was shitting in the house
Not kidding,
somewhere,
man. Nobody cares.
what's the
Yeah.
dispatcher
But
going
you
to
still
say?
might not get a
Yeah.
proper response.
Yeah,
on
they're going to be.
active
You're going to
shooting.
call. You're going to call the non-emergency line to Phoenix.
No,
Yeah.
definitely
Hey, I
not.
just want to report a guy shitting in a road.
Thank you.
Yeah. Three of our patrol officers just passed it right now.
Actually, that
No,
was
that
our,
is a
that
pop
was
star.
our PD. So keep on moving.
Is that a felony?
Missed his lunch break.
Yeah. It's felony pooping.
We're so underhand.
All right. Well, so you got your anger under control.
It's much better. I mean,
Okay. So does your anger get to you because you're still in the mix? If you can, I'll touch on it a little bit, but you're still in the mix of shit, right?
meaning what? I still deal with workers' comp.
Yeah.
Workers' comp still, the only thing they fucking have to do is send me my check and approve my fucking medication every 3 months. And they can't even do that it's not without your doctor needs to send. I don't have, because all it does is put me in a state of anger. So I avoid it.
Mhm.
So I will pay for my own medications. Y'all can fuck off.
And that's why, and we say this all the time. That's why they make it so difficult because
Because
then
you will do that.
you will do that.
And that's what
you'll-
pisses me
Well,
off
yeah.
about it.
but I can't not do that because
know.
if I don't,
Because you don't have
take
anybody
myself-
else to help you shoulder that load into that red tape of bullshit that they put in
Right.
front of us.
I
And it
have to
ain't
take
right.
myself out and do what's best for me.
Yeah.
Because it will put me in a state of, okay, who's going to get punched in the face today?
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I want to, but I don't.
You just know better now.
Yeah. I know better.
Well, it's a
Sure.
shame. It's a shame because you're entitled to that. And
Yeah.
you worked for
Mhm.
it. And that's why they're there. That's workers.
Was part of the agreement.
compensation,
Right.
And you're the worker. And
Yeah.
You should be compensated.
Hey, look at Debugs put learning your responsibility matters. So apparently you took responsibility for that person shitting on the concrete. Is that true? Do you shit on your concrete?
What do you want a dog?
What?
or a
Wait. And no,
Get off
he
her
says
ass.
that's growth. He's saying that that's what I'm doing, is learning to figure out my responsibility in the matter and acting accordingly instead of just reacting.
Yeah.
Thank you, D-Bugs.
Oh,
I
man.
have improved.
She has, but every once in a while she'll get spun up and you can see it. I think we see it in
Oh,
all of
yeah.
each other,
But
right?
That's everybody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't not get spun up at times.
Yeah.
But can I tell one more story though?
Go ahead.
Okay. So I was outside, my girlfriend's manager for a furniture business, and I'm outside being nice and doing
Being
the
nice.
landscaping because they don't do it. So I'm out there trying to make the story. She's like, "Can you come help me?" And I'm like, "Sure." So I'm outside on the street at 24th Street and Indian School is the first problem.
That's a fine.
That's number
That's a
one.
fine area.
That's
That's
number
a fine
one.
neighborhood.
It's very, very
So as I'm out
affluent
there,
You need a
neighborhood.
backup, right?
I'm sure there's a lot of shitting people in that neighborhood.
I've got a shovel in my hand, and a guy and a girl walk up the sidewalk, and this guy says to me, "Hey, give me $5." And I
Oh.
said, "No, I don't believe I will give you $5." And he goes, "Well, what if I just take it then?" I threw that shovel down and I said, "Motherfucker, I hope you try." And then I followed him down the street telling him, "Come on, pussy, let's go. You want to take it? Here's my wallet right here. Try and take it." Yeah,
and
I
take
was
it.
ready. I wanted that fuck to try. I was so,
Oh my
You
god.
just you needed a reason to. Go
yeah,
off
you
on
want to take it, bitch? I am twice your size. Please try and take it. But yeah, my anger's under control now. I'm so good.
Did he get the $5?
No, he didn't get
Oh,
it.
He found somebody else.
He ran like a little fucking whore. He got the fuck out of there.
I had a similar story to that. I'm sitting at 67th Avenue in Happy Valley and waiting for the left turn light to hold on a second.
Catch your breath, Mark. Catch your breath.
Oh, geez.
Something
All right.
just walked by.
Yoga studio.
Anyway.
There's a yoga studio across the street. You guys can't see it on stream, but
So,
Mark's facing a big window and there's a yoga studio across the street.
because nobody saw it, I didn't do anything wrong. So, anyway, I'm sitting at 67th and Happy Valley, and I see this guy crossing the street, and he's yelling at cars in the crosswalk, and he's like facing his car, screaming at him, screaming at the drivers. I said to my son, I said, "Look at this tweaker." I said, "Lock your door." I said, "This guy's going to cause a problem." He crosses that street, and then he crosses 67th Avenue, and everybody's like, he's yelling at all the cars, and then he starts beating the shit out of these cars, and these
Oh,
are some
man.
decent vehicles, and they all start blowing their horn at him and stuff. I said, "This is going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem." So I take my left turn, pull into the Walgreens on the corner there. We call Phoenix PD. "Hey, there's a guy over here beating the hell out of cars and stuff." And I said, "He's going to attack somebody." He goes over to the Walmart parking lot, and there's this guy coming out of Walmart, minding his own
Has
business.
no clue what's coming.
No idea. He's the dude got his 2 bags. And all of a sudden, this guy goes up to him and just starts jacking him, just starts hitting him. I said, "There it goes." So I tell him, I grab my phone and I throw it to my son. I said, "Film this. Don't stop filming, no matter what.
We got to get it on TikTok. It's got to get on the top.
No, because
I need views.
honestly,
yourself?
dude, you know what it's really about? I said, I always think nobody's ever going to believe my word.
Right?
So
Right.
I want
That's
I want
exactly right.
evidence.
Yep.
I want evidence. So no matter what happens, keep filming. So by the time I get out and lock the door, that son of a bitch has been attacked. He's attacked that guy. He attacked another guy, and he runs over and he jumps into me, and he's like slams me up against the car, and I'm like, about the time I get him in a fucking headlock, he breaks away, and he runs. And now these 2 guys are chasing him, and I'm chasing him, and we're like, wait a minute, 3-on-1. He's not armed. And I said, so I was proud of myself because I was like,
Because
that's
you
going to be ag assault on a son of a bitch that started it.
Right.
And I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So I was yelling, telling him off and stuff like that. And those guys kept chasing him. I said, I'm not going to have a party to that.
But look at
And,
how
I know.
how
I
much you improve. I'm so proud
I was
of
amazed.
you.
I was like, normally I would have beat the living
Not
shit out of
yep.
that guy. Yeah, I would.
That's a free ass beating.
Honestly.
D-Bugs
And he
tried,
hit me.
D-Bugs tried to tell me that the poor old guy in the wheelchair just wanted $5. Motherfucker, he was not in a wheelchair. Oh.
He was in a walker. You want?
She takes the wheels off his
no.
walker.
Yeah, I'll fucking
You
get
gotta wish you
you.
had $5 for new
Yes,
wheels. man.
identified me. The cops show up and they interview him. Some guy came up and beat the shit out of me.
He was 6'2".
He was 6'2".
He was huge. I asked him to help change my flat on my wheelchair. He took my wheels and then he
That's-
stole $5 off me.
That's fucking great. What did So what did KGB say?
Hey, KGB says some people need to be slapped to get a taste of reality. Consequences
Hey, I like
need
that.
to happen. I always think that.
You need to put that on a
Consequences,
shirt or a
consequences.
card or something. Some people just need to get slapped.
Yeah.
I agree, but
And-
not the guy in the wheelchair.
No,
Like,
he
there's no
wasn't
reason
in
to
a
fucking.
wheelchair, you fuckers. Oh,
I got
The
special
angry.
parking for those people.
Yeah.
oh my god.
You shouldn't be waiting at their parking space.
Yeah,
A-holes.
egg assault's a broad term now. I think you need to have like serious physical injury. You can tune them up pretty good, like in The Shield. You know what I mean? You just take a phone book and beat shit out and just leave
Yeah.
bruises.
Oh,
It's not egg assault, officer. What are you talking about?
We no longer have toilet plungers in the
Yeah,
police department.
try to grab my wiener.
Oh,
For
Lord.
a reason.
All right, let's turn the
that-
table to you, bro.
I'm good.
Oh, all right.
Everything's good.
Thanks for
That's the
coming,
end of
guys.
Hey, thanks
We're
for
out.
coming. That's the end of the podcast. Everything is good.
You're better.
I'm better.
I
From
can
when?
see what from when?
Fuck, Veronica didn't know me when I was at my worst.
Well,
Oh.
that's true.
No,
At
he's
the very beginning.
he's
yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Remember how much he used to get the coughing? He used to get coughing all the
Sweating.
time,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
and he's only done it a couple
Yeah.
times. Like
Used
you're
to
better.
break out
Yeah.
on a sweat like a crazy.
You're
man.
still
Yeah.
fucked up. Don't. Whoa.
Oh
don't
no,
get
I'm
crazy.
definitely. I text Veronica the other day, said, "This motherfucker's gonna die today."
Yep.
And then she responds like 2 hours later. She's like, "Call me." I'm like, "Motherfucker's already dead." I didn't know what to tell you. Sorry, I was in an interview. I was like, "All right."
Debugs, I'd like for you to eject yourself from our live podcast. He now says T's picking fights outside the old folks' home. This motherfucker, get off, get off.
It was in Sun City.
She's like at
Subscribe people.
she's like at Whole Foods fucking with
Yeah.
old people.
Yeah.
What are you looking at,
You want
bitch?
something natural? How about a natural ass kicking?
I'll take you back. I'm knocking to 1955, you old motherfucker.
I'll be calling you after this shit's over. You're in trouble, buddy.
T's the reason we don't have bail money.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
All used.
Yeah, so I don't know. You guys have been around me a while. T's known me a really, really long time. I took, so Veronica had asked me not too long ago. Well, you tell them what you said to me on when we were at Bureau of Prisons.
I just asked if you were in any kind of therapy.
I don't need therapy.
Here the tables have turned, right?
And that's
Veronica's
what I
now
said. I
telling
was like,
you
wait,
that
what?
you need.
Like,
Why aren't
he
you in
tells
therapy?
everybody
I
to
know.
get therapy, and so I was like, how long has it been?
I just tell people to get therapy to start. And then when they springboard off and they're good, they're good.
No.
I gave you shit
And what
because
did I
you
tell you?
ran.
But what
Like
did I
you
tell
ran from everything. It didn't matter. Like, Veronica, you all right? I'm good. I'm good. Just running.
Okay, so what's the
Demons
difference?
chasing her.
What's the difference? Are you running? How do you know she was running and that you're not running?
Oh, I don't know if I'm running. I mean, I face everything that I have to face now. It's not always nice. It's not always pretty. But, when I first retired, we talked about this before. My doctor asked me, what hobbies do you have? When I was going through it, I was like, hobbies? Who the fuck is a hobby?
Work was your hobby.
It wouldn't even, work was everything. So I didn't have anything when it came to hobbies. Like it took me several years to figure out like what hobby meant, because I'm not constructive like T is or Mark. You guys will build shit, envision shit. I'm not artistic.
But now,
But now, well, we did do the podcast, and before I forget, I did a teaser. So I said, let's talk about the surprise.
that kind of teaser.
Let's talk about the surprise about my painting. So we'll come back to that. Don't let me forget. We got to
That's
disclose
what
the
I'm talking
secret.
about.
Yeah, we got to disclose the
That's
secret.
what I'm talking about.
So I didn't have hobbies, and I didn't know what that meant. My whole life was, the Shield and catching bad guys and doing ops and doing shit. And I didn't understand like there's other shit to do, work on a truck. I have an old truck that we're starting to restore. And I didn't find purpose in those hobbies. Like I can find purpose in anything. And so over time, I started to jump in real quick, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna try everything.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't give a fuck. Like I try everything.
Yeah.
And now
and you suck
collecting
at some
homeless.
of it.
I suck at a lot of it.
And that's
No, I
okay.
suck at a lot of it,
Yeah.
except the painting, as you guys are going to find out shortly.
Oh Jesus!
But
Do you remember what that painting?
It
was
is a
like?
painting of
Remember what
Jesus.
that fucking thing
It's
was
a painting of Jesus.
God help us.
He did the Madonna.
Yeah. So I just decided to go into if I saw it, I thought, why not? I'll fucking try it. Right. And it took me, let's see, I retired in 2013. and I started picking hobbies up around 2017. Because from that point, from the time I retired to then, I was pretty much decompressing. We were dealing with pistol. We had a lot of officers coming in. Suicide, as it is now, still fucking prevalent. So that was my hobby, was getting pistol. Dave and I would be on the phone trying to figure out websites, trying to figure out all the shit we needed for the paperwork in the IRS, trying to get fundraisers together. And eventually that took a toll, right? Because now you're dealing with other people's trauma. You're answering the phone. And we talked about it at the Bureau of Prisons. You know, you have to take time out for yourself. So around 2017, somewhere around there, I was like, I'm just going to try anything I could find. And I wasn't on TikTok at the time. I'd barely get on Instagram. I didn't really care what somebody had for fucking breakfast, because that's what it seemed like. Like somebody been going to fucking look at what I had for breakfast, crepes. I'm like, what the fuck are crepes? Why are you eating crepes? I don't even know what the fuck crepes are. And
Flat ass pancake.
You're so brown.
yeah, I was like, I wanted to get on fucking Instagram and be like, hey, I had chorizo and eggs. I don't know why you're fucking all proud. I had the breakfast of champions today. Why are you fucking happy about your Cheerios, Whitey? That's what I would think. So we might get banned on YouTube for that comment. But anyways, so I ended up getting on Instagram, and I saw some different hobbies, right? And I was like, I'm not going to fucking try that, because I am not an artist. And I got with T's brother, and we started talking about our trucks, and we're like, we're going to start fixing the trucks. I got the truck running with another guy from Pistol, got the engine running, cruised it. And I started realizing, shit, you should have a hobby. And then one day my son comes up. He's like, Dad, if you think Instagram reels are funny, you got to go over to TikTok. I'm like, I don't want to go to TikTok. I'm comfortable here. And then so finally just kept on and kept on. So I got on TikTok, and that was my demise, because there's so many fucking hobbies on TikTok. I mean, aside from the big booty Latinas that walk around and make millions of views, which I'm addicted to, that's another hobby. There's everything on there, right? So one day I'm watching TikToks, and I don't know why it popped up, but a person doing nails popped up, right? It just the person was doing nails. It was some woman did it, and I was like, what is this? And she was just painting nails, and I was like, that looks pretty good. Like, it looks soothing. So I clicked on that, and the algorithms obviously went from big booty Latinas to nails.
You
right?
want to do nails?
Yeah. And now all of a sudden, all the gay stuff started coming in. You're like, hey, and I was like, no, I like doing nails.
It's okay.
And so I'm watching, and then I find this guy, and he does they're acrylics. Didn't know anything about nail. I never in my life ever it didn't even dawn on me. And he starts.
Please remember, you're talking to dudes here.
Yeah.
This fucking thing, so they don't know what acrylics are.
Right. So acrylics are, you build nails, right? It's like a
Not the kind you pound.
yeah, not
The kind you put on your
construction nails, the kind that Veronica has.
Mine are real.
Yeah.
These are not acrylic.
They're not
Jeez.
they're not acrylics. So I'm like, I think I can.
Those are some impressive nails for real nails.
I think I can do this. Again, you need artistic flavor for it, and I have zero. So I go out and I get a kit, and I sit down and I tell my wife, can I paint your nails? And she's looking at me like,
Have you seen my baseball?
Yeah.
Can I paint your nails?
she's like, can you?
Where the hell is my husband?
Yeah.
What happened to Manny?
She's
I'm
like,
gonna
hey.
get my ass beat for clanging a cereal bowl. Is this the same guy?
She's like, you want to do my nails? And I was like, yeah. And then I was like, is that weird? And she's like, I'm not gonna say anything. So I'm like, I go get a basic nail, and I've since learned the difference of nail polish. Right? There's there's gel nails, acrylic nails, and then there's the lacquer nails, the ones that just are paint. They flake off all the time. So she goes and she gets me some of her cheapy nail polish, and I paint her nails. And I was like, oh, this is pretty calm. And for those of you guys that don't have PTSD, most of us shake for one reason or another. It's either because we were boozers at one time, or the meds make us shake, or just anxiety in general. So it's pretty hard to focus painting nails. And it took a lot of focus.
I don't know
to
how
paint.
you could steady your hand.
Yeah.
Dude,
But
to do that.
so I painted, and I was like, this is pretty relaxing. So then I said, when's the next time you're going to go to Ulta? And again, for those of you that don't know what Ulta is, I didn't know until I got into nails, but apparently it's like a woman's what would you call it, Veronica? Like a
Beauty
playground? It's
store.
like a beauty
It's
store.
a beauty store.
They got really good cologne. Men's cologne there is really good.
Oh my God! Focus and get
And-
the fuck. Go.
sorry.
These
And,
are your hobbies. You do nails.
rabbit
Next.
hole.
So I did.
What
I
else?
did the nails, and then I got into acrylics, the dips, right? So, and again, you're supposed to go to training apparently for this, but I watch it on YouTube, and I tell my wife I can do dip nails, and she's like, "I 100% support as long as it makes you happy." So I go and I get a dip, and I get all the compounds that you need to dip these nails, and when I dip her nails,
Holy shit.
calm down.
Is there a high point to this discussion?
What
Tell me
happened?
about those
What
nails
happened?
raking across somebody's back.
All the people are checking.
Yeah, now look at my back. I look like a tiger.
So
I got my
Tanya
wife's
doesn't do it
nails
'cause she
on,
doesn't do her
she's been
nails.
Shredding me ever since.
So I do the acrylics, but I do them wrong, and now they don't come off.
Oh my God.
So I'm fucked.
Now your wife is Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah. So, anyways, I do. So I started doing nails. That was an art thing that I did, and then I'm scrolling around on TikTok one day, and Tanya had been asking me for a long time to do art therapy since our last podcast, and I'm like, I'm not going to paint. I can't paint. She's like, well, you're going to do this, and then I found this guy doing spray paint art, and I found that, and I was like, that looks easy enough.
That's from your roots.
All right. Yeah.
That's why you like it.
My
Okay.
graffiti.
Because you want.
I can see-
You don't realize it. But
Yeah.
That's you. Like.
I
oh.
can see the racism coming through. It's bleeding through a little bit.
Graffiti.
Yeah. I'm not going to hate.
Rattle can. Rattle can. Here it comes.
All right. I'm not going to hate. At least it was you and not the comment section that put that
That's
down.
exactly right.
We're going to cut them off before they get it up there.
So I end up going, we're at Home Depot one day and my wife's like, you want some spray paint? I was like, I should have fuck do. So I grab a black and a white and I go out to the backyard and I go to YouTube and I just pick one and I painted it. And then now I've got like 36 cans of color and I'm hoping we can do a rejuvenation of the art therapy.
Dude, that would be
We're-
badass.
We're gonna
That
do
would
some
be
art.
Yeah.
We'll
awesome.
do some art.
And then
therapy.
Tanya's like,
Yeah.
do you wear a mask? I'm like, fuck no, I don't wear a mask. Why would you wear a mask?
Why do you-
Half the
and why-
benefit.
And why do you have gold around your nostril? Like, what is happening?
Because it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I need you guys to explain. Boot here took running literally and talked about running worked for him when he didn't have a beer gut. He felt best when he ran. Okay, that's not what we're talking about. Can we explain what running is for Boot?
Oh yeah. Running boot is
Get
when
up on out of here.
you ask somebody like, hey, are you okay? And they're like, yeah, I'm totally okay. But they're shaking and angry and
When they
they
have
don't,
issues,
they're running from their demons basically.
They're running instead of doing anything. Running is doing anything except getting help in whatever ways. Therapy.
Sometimes it is literally running.
Literally? Like
some days I
Emotional running. Yeah. That's what it's called.
Well, is that the whole
Boot.
drive for hours?
There's that version,
Okay.
and then there was the actual find a mountain and just run as far as you can.
Yeah, emotional running. Yes.
When you run the mountain, are you really trying to get rid of pain, physical pain? What are you trying to do?
Depends on what's going on.
Because I
guess.
find
Like,
nothing that was relieving from going up a mountain.
Oh, I used to
I
run.
love it.
Fuck that.
Run like crazy.
It's definitely
That's
very
like it's like
good
your
for me.
nails.
Yeah.
Yes.
Instead of
Yeah.
sitting and calmly doing nails, fucking up
I get
nails,
it.
I should say.
I do fuck
I
them
love
up.
running.
Yeah.
You get runner's high, man.
I don't know. I get that from paint.
Yeah.
It's called paint high.
'Cause
Huffing.
you're yes, you're not supposed to huff.
Huffing for sure.
So anyways, I that's the other thing I do. And then we've been picking up, Veronica's been on me to start up the podcast. We decided to get it back together. And
Gonna get the band back together.
the last thing that I did that really took off and has been jointly helpful to Pistol and helping officers is a couple of years ago, my boys got me into computer gaming and I was real hesitant. And I was like, I don't want to play these games. They're fucking stupid, blah, blah, blah. And even Rob gives a shit. You know, he gives me shit, 12-year-olds playing games. But what I found in this community was there's a lot of retired vets, cops playing this stupid ass game, call of Duty or whatever. But the community as a whole is phenomenal. And Exploded Boot and I,
Is
and
it just like group but playing video games?
yeah, it's like, it is, but
They don't talk about real things.
Yeah.
They, you know.
I think Mark, when we had cigars last time, it's a not an escape. What did you call it? Not an escape.
Coping-
It's escape.
coping
Yes.
mechanism.
Coping, right. But so now the thing is I don't lock myself like Veronica thinks. I don't lock myself in the fucking room for 12 hours a day gaming. But so I happened to meet Boot, and he had been gaming for some time, and I was talking to him about Pistol, and I said, we need to get together and build something on this.
Boot says, speaking of which, and then Tragically Inept Gaming
Yeah.
shows up.
I'm going to send a shout out to us. So we start gaming and we play these different games and shit. And I'll tell you guys the name. Tragically Inept Gaming. So it's myself, it's Boot, and it's T's brother. And we did it for ourselves. So we expected no viewers. We created a YouTube channel. Boot discovered that he's like one of the best fucking video game editors in the world. And so we start doing this, and every Sunday we go online and we make videos of us playing these games. And it was kind of half-hearted. And what I started to realize in this gaming community was, and I know Mark and Veronica are probably going to oppose this, but this is bigger.
I probably will too.
This is bigger than what our previous games were, right? Like NFL, NBL, all this stuff. It's taking over. The e-gaming is taking over. Like one of Kick's biggest gamers just signed to $100 million deal to play video games.
Are they 12?
No, he's like 21. So I
still lives in his mom's basement.
yeah. So I was thinking to myself, I'm like, either some here or they're living in their basement, and that's not me. But we kept playing and we kept playing, and we got followers. And I think we're Boot. You could put in the chat. I think we're up. Oh, look, he just signed into Tragically Inept on there.
Is my mic working here? That's what I just said.
No, he signed in. He signed in with it. He went from Exploded Boot to Tragically Inept. You can see our symbol.
Oh, I see. Yep.
So we started off with like 5 followers, and your brother was all pissed off. He's like, why are we doing this? Only 5 people. And I think 3 were ourselves.
That's what we say about Pistol.
Yeah.
Thanks, 5 for showing up.
Yeah, everybody showed up.
Yeah, we're still at 5.
So we started that, and it kind of grew, and now we're over 200 that follow us. We're on Kick, and we go live. We have like 29 followers on Kick.
Better watch your ass, Joe Rogan.
That's right. We're coming for Joe Rogan.
We're like, we're at 29, guys.
Yeah.
Ryan who? Ryan Mickler? What?
Yeah.
Nobody.
I'm going to take over Sean Ryan's podcast.
Sean Ryan.
So, but the reason I bring that up is because yesterday, half-heartedly, I had some time to kill. Yesterday, like I said, was a year for my dad's passing, and they were doing a dinner for my dad yesterday. So I had like 4 hours to kill. So I just jumped online by myself and was playing a game. Another dude just happened to be in the lobby. We start playing, and as we start playing, just like on YouTube, we see this chat, and I start noticing like people are popping in the chat, and they never did that before. And so I'm like kind of not paying attention to them. I'm just playing my game. And as I'm doing this, I start seeing more people come in the chat, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
They all think you're a 12-year-old boy living in your mom's basement.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to go out for Dairy Queen?
Yeah.
I got a van.
You know what you hear? You hear that? With, say, boy,
I got a
you
van.
want to come over and play with my joystick?
How about some popsicles?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's
struck a nerve over there with the van.
flashback.
Easy to.
You come over and play my video games, boy. So
She's grabbing a wrist. I just got out of that shit. That's why I'm late.
So I start seeing these people come in the chat, and I see one of the streamers that I know. She comes in, and I acknowledge her, and she puts on the chat like, let's get Pistol a fundraiser. Let's get them to, because in the Kick world, you have to have 75 followers before they can start paying you for viewers. And so I only had like 29 yesterday at 11. By 11:30, I was up to like 60. And so the chat kept going and kept going and kept going. And my son comes in, my youngest comes in, and he's got his phone, and he's like, Dad, you're blowing up right now. And I'm like, where? I don't nobody knows who I am. And he's like, keep talking to the chat. So I'm looking over at the chat, and he's like, he types in his phone, and he says, tell him to go to the Pistol website. Tell him to donate to Pistol website. So I get on chat, and I'm on the mic, and I say, hey, I appreciate you guys coming into the chat. I run a nonprofit for cops and firefighters with PTSD. any money that's donated in this Kick channel, 100% will go to Pistol, not to us, not to anything we do. And I need 75 followers so that people can start making donations. So within an hour, I was at 109 followers.
Nice.
And we had to set up this account. Well, I got so between my dad passing and watching this community come together so quickly, they didn't know who I was. You know what I mean? They just jumped in the chat, and I start seeing money. You know, I see a green line that comes up when they say they're donating, and I just see boom, donation, donation. Well, simultaneously, I'm getting a text from Dave, and he's showing me the account to Pistol, and I see donation, 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 donation. And it's not a lot. It was like $5.
Yeah.
We used to try to get
We
people,
tried to get-
we tried to get cops to donate $5, and they're fucking
Those motherfuckers wouldn't give a shit, right? So I'm like, so I got kind of taken back, and I think my son kind of knew that I was getting a little, right? This would be the right time to get emotional, right?
Yeah.
So I'm talking to chat, and I'm like, hey, I didn't get too much. I said, you know, today's a rough day, you know? And I'm thinking my dad just passed last year. A year went by really fast. And now I'm on fucking some gaming platform, and all these strangers are kicking down $5 at a time. And we set up the account, and immediately I was seeing these, you know, $25 donations in Kick. Then I was seeing, you know, $20, $30. And then my son says, you just made the front page of Kick. So they put me on the front page,
Nice.
and that brought up more people. And all of a sudden I start seeing more people come in, more money coming in. And I'm like, my son was like, Dad, he was like, tap me on the shoulder. He's like, just calm down. Cause
Manny's been working at Pistol for a long time.
Yeah.
You got this, bro.
so when we put it together, Dave and I didn't really have an idea of what we would get out of it. And sorry,
That's all right. You might need therapy, is what I'm thinking. You might need a little therapy, bro.
I think I have the right emotions right now. So
Right thing to do.
basically, you know, we're trying to get people to help these officers, and I'm watching these people just, you know, throw money. I thought it was stupid in the game. Like, why would you pay somebody to play video games, right? It doesn't make sense to me. But every day, these people go on these games and they give them money, and that's how they make their living. To me, that sounds stupid, right? Like, I'm old school. Go get a job, work at fucking Safeway, go work construction, you know. But these guys are sitting in their mom's fucking room playing video games, making money. So
Mark.
Not off me, they're not.
So I'm playing this game, and my son, I had to step away from the mic, so my son had to take over and talk to chat and say, you know, my dad's a little emotional. And I start seeing, you know, as soon as I got monetized, I see these come in, and the streamer puts in there, you know, go to Kick, and look at the balance.
And it's not like, as soon as Manny can get to it, it's not like he made $1 million, like $5 a pop, but
Yeah.
but that's a lot for when it totals up.
Yeah.
What was the total?
Well, between the donations to Pistol and Kick, it was almost 700.
But which is huge for Pistol because
Fuck yeah.
because it used to take us a fucking fight to get that $5
$5,
that we were
yeah.
trying to get, you know.
So we, you know, I was playing this game, and people were just coming in, and then my son tells me, he's pointing on the screen, and I see this little blue check mark, and it says F3 Energy on it, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. I mean, I've been drinking F3 for a while, and he's like, it's the company. It's the company. And I'm like, okay. So they're in my chat. Like, I don't know what's going on. And he's like, no. He's like, look. And so the owner of the company donated, didn't even blink, just fucking donated $100 a pistol. Like in like a fucking split second.
That's nice.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Yep. And I'm playing and I'm thinking to myself, all I'm trying to do, I think all of us can say, right? Because you've all been around pistol long enough. We're just trying to help cops, firefighters, first responders. You don't necessarily have to agree with my theories or my thought process on where I stand on certain things. But if you're helping first responders, I got you 100%. And so the owner of F3 Energy reached out during the stream, and he's like, we want to make you an affiliate. We want you to work with us. And that was Tanya can attest to this, and Dave can. We've gone to so many companies in the years. Pistols started around 2014. We've gone to so many companies, and there's only been 2 companies that took a chance on us, and it's taken this long. And one company is Don's, which when she told me we could use it, I got a little emotional. And then it was F3. And we have one solid person who's been with us for a long time, and that's Andrew Hawk. And he's never deviated from, he's a realtor, and he donates every single time. He'll donate a portion of those sales of his houses to Pistol. He's been doing it for like 4 or 5 years.
For a long time.
Long time. And a good portion of why we can keep doing what we're doing is because these people, that they never gave up on us. So when the owner of F3 had reached out and said that he was going to give us this code, it took me back far enough to realize that, as much as the whole bullshit with defund and, we hate cops and all cops are bad bullshit, this community of gamers, they didn't buy into it. And even if they did buy into it, they still donated. I mean, maybe some hated cops, but I don't give a fuck. I'll take their money. They're going to help cops. So that was last night. And I'm not going to be pushing this shit down your throat. Like I drink F3. I was drinking it before we got connected with them, and I'll drink it afterwards. I like it. But the big thing is the gaming community.
KGB says gaming is his piece and has been his way of opening up and talking about stuff. He calls it super coping.
Super coping.
As long as you're not avoiding your housework,
No.
your children,
Nope.
and your
But look at the level of activation it's got to be hitting and firing on. I mean, you got to be completely absolved.
It's almost like EMDR. Your eyes are
exactly.
going back
You're
and forth a
completely
lot.
in it,
A
and you're
lot.
getting satisfaction, and reward off all that, and all your senses are involved in that.
Yeah.
Sort of like what you're doing with your art.
Right.
You're losing yourself in that.
Yeah. And it doesn't, I mean, I literally game, I think we game maybe twice a week. On a good week, it's 3 times. But up until yesterday, it was really just for entertainment, right? To cope. But as time has gone on, especially yesterday, I can see what this younger generation of cops want to be. Like these games that we play, like Ready or Not, Hell Let Loose, they're all tactical shooter games. A lot of these guys and a lot of these kids that are in their basement, 12 years old, they want to be cops. This is what their reality is. And I did a lot of research. The military's using e-gaming. Major universities use e-gaming to scholarship. And there's a lot of, I don't want to make it sound like we're being whores, but there's a lot of money to be made and a lot of reach in this community.
and you're not saying money to be made to be frivolous with. You're saying money to be made
For nonprofits.
for our nonprofit,
Right.
to specifically help first responders,
Right.
because we use that money to pay for therapy, to get the officers help that they need.
Right. Yeah, because I do see, I mean, I talk shit about Veronica. We're going to get her, just so you guys know, we're going to get her to show her feet for a certain monetary amount.
I'm gonna keep
We're gonna have a
shoes
foot cam.
on forever now.
I'm glad you didn't wear
intention-
sandals. I was
intentionally-
concerned, honestly.
No, I intentionally did not.
I was
wear
worried.
Feet
sandals.
sell.
No.
But I mean, I still talk a lot of shit. And even though I consider myself a gamer, I still do talk a lot of shit to these gamers. KGB is probably going to give me shit, but like they create this whole atmosphere, and I get it. It's a job, but that's not what we're trying to do with Pistol. On the Kick channel that I have, 100% of anything that comes in is going to go right back into Pistol. It's not going to go into our pockets. We're not paying anybody.
Nope.
I'm not buying gear with it. Eventually I'll do a giveaway, like KGB tonight is doing a giveaway for a piece of gear, I think a PS5. And just to be able to bring the community in and it's another revenue stream for us to be able to help officers. So the money that came in yesterday is able to either help 2 officers or 1 officer that's really bad.
Oh, nice.
And I literally streamed for 3 hours, and
it makes sense on why you get so emotional, because you have worked so hard with Pistol and keep going. So just explaining why you get so emotional over people donating is that it means a lot to you.
well, I think it means a lot to all of us, right? I mean, we've all put time in, right? We're doing this voluntarily to be here.
We have, but no more than you and Dave. And it's
Well, we've all put in our time.
I know.
I mean, you asked Tanya.
for sure.
Tanya and I had this conversation. We've got 3-4 different kinds of shirts that we've tried to sell. How many fucking shirts do you have in your house right now?
So many
We have so many fucking shirts. Nobody buys shirts anymore. But we've tried. We did a Halloween.
So let's talk about this that you've tried, this art thing that we did. You never gave those.
Oh
away.
yeah. Okay. So we'll wrap up the podcast. We've been going a little while, but so some time ago, probably about 3 years ago, somewhere around there. If you go to our channel, you'll see the podcast.
Yeah, 3-4 years ago now.
Yeah. Mark came up with an idea for us to do some art therapy.
Yep.
And if you get a chance, check it out because it's fucking funny. But during that time, we had a discussion and we were going to auction off our paintings
to the highest bidder.
to the highest bidder.
And whoever won the highest bid won the contest amongst us 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, the contest that we made up, it was real stupid.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Surprisingly enough, I think we made like $200, didn't
Oh,
we?
we made $201.
And how did we make that?
How did we make that money, Mark?
Well, here's what happened. Manny sold his legitimately through an auction, and he spent what did they bid for yours? $100?
I think it was $100. Yeah.
Yeah, and so
And we have no idea who bought that, correct?
no idea.
I don't know.
Fess up. Fess
No.
up.
I really don't.
we
I
don't
don't.
know.
I
Okay,
really
we
don't.
don't know.
I really don't know who bought it.
But when I found out his sold for $100, I had one of the guys that we were renting office space from. I said, "Hey, man, I'm going to give you $101. I want you to come into this office in our podcast and buy my painting for $101 so that I can win the contest."
Hey,
He said,
and-
seriously?
And none of us knew this.
Nobody
None of
knew.
us
I
for
did.
years.
I did. I just
you
did.
suspected it.
I
but
said
you
it in the
never could prove
podcast.
it.
I went back and I watched the podcast. I got you, motherfucker. I just didn't know
Yeah.
I was right on.
Yeah, you nailed it straight away too. Says you paid him, son of a bitch, and I did.
Dude,
You
he held-
dirty
I
bastard.
never admitted to it.
He held on to that secret for years.
Yeah.
Like this crazy motherfucker.
2
over
years,
here held
man.
on to that
Yeah.
shit.
You know why? Because he's fucking almost 60. You know, the old people, they like to fucking, they like to give it to you. You know what I
To
mean?
my grave.
Yeah. He puts that knife
I'm
in you
almost in it.
and then he turns it. He's like, "You like that, you son of a bitch? You like that?"
You still lost by $1, so
That's all right.
Lost
It's
my
just,
God.
now I was thinking to myself, I'm like, that son of a bitch got me. You got me good.
What's funny is we were all thinking it like, dude, I'm gonna find somebody. I think I told my wife, dude, find somebody to buy my paint. No.
Nobody buy it.
Nobody
Well-
did.
I don't even think I had a painting.
I
at
had
the
to come
time.
up with my own money to buy my own damn painting, but it was worth it.
So
Stick it to you. It was worth every
you put it
dollar.
right in my 3-hole right there.
Yeah, man.
But on a similar note, what Veronica, what'd your painting go for?
0.
0.
No one bought my painting.
You still have it?
No, you kept them. I don't
kept
know what we
them.
did them.
Oh shit, maybe I still have it.
Yeah, you got it.
So
Boot says, give me a link. I'll get a shirt. Dude, it's been so long. I don't even know how we would what was the link? You go to the
I don't know. Do you have the shirts?
Pistol.org. Yeah, I have shirts. Pistol.org and
Yeah.
donate.
She's
was
got
it 20
boxes
bucks?
full.
I think if you go to pistol.org and you donate $20 and you put in the comment section and just put give me my free shirt.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah, give you a free shirt.
Yeah.
Boot, call me.
Yeah, we'll get you the shirts.
I'll get you a shirt.
But Veronica, what do you think of the first podcast? You tell me. You've been harping on us.
It's been a long time. I'm glad we're back.
Yeah. So it's good to see everybody.
It's different live and like talking to people and
Yeah.
chatting with people and
It's
whatnot.
nice to be able to, have them say something and we can actually answer
Answer.
stuff. That's kind of fun.
Yeah,
We can skip right over the rude comments. That's the best part.
I can delete them.
Mark's old. Hey, you son of a bitch.
Well, it helps us, the stuff that we don't think of, and people make comments. It like helps Manny get focused on what the fuck we showed up here for.
Yeah. Well, so the future podcast, just so everyone knows, you make sure you and Boot's gonna giggle at this because it took me a long time to say, but make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the bell, make sure you get the notifications.
Before we go, shout out to our old podcast buddy Tony.
Oh, Tony
Oh,
Teabag.
yeah.
God bless you,
We
Teabag.
missed-
yeah, man.
We missed
We're
Teabag.
so happy for all your successes and your happiness, brother.
Yeah, for
Carry
sure,
on,
man.
man.
Much
Wish
love.
you were
Yeah.
here.
We
You got to
follow
make
you.
sure.
Yeah, we follow you, man. We're always thumbs up and
Yeah,
liking
yeah,
all
for
the
sure
stuff
on
you
the
do, so
Instagram. We
rock
miss
on, buddy.
we
Rock
miss
on.
Mama Teabag commenting on the podcast.
Yeah.
So what
She's so proud.
oh yeah, she loves it. So what we're gonna plan on doing is we're gonna start off doing this once a month. It'll be live. I'll cut this up, or we'll have Doss Boot, the Premiere editor, chop it up, make shorts out of it because apparently that's a thing.
Oh, we're all showing up in shorts next time?
Yeah, that too.
Who wears shorts?
Shorts and
I wear shorts.
shorts and chanclas for Veronica's foot cam.
Not
I'm
happening.
telling you, we can
Right.
pull some serious grip on
Highest
that.
bidder gets her used socks. ladies
I'm
and
gonna
gentlemen. Used socks.
that would
She'll
make
take
us
them off on camera.
six figures.
Stick them in a manila envelope
Yeah.
and mail them to you for
Yeah.
$782.
Yeah. Plus shipping and handling
Thanks
is
for
another
all-
$700.
And thanks for all the comments, guys. We love you right back.
Yeah, we definitely do. So if you guys, and just because Boot chimed in, if you guys go to our YouTube channel, Tragically Inept Gaming, you'll see our fiasco of gaming there. And on Kick, it's the same. And for Pistol, if you go to kick.com, download the app and go to Jalapeno, that's the Pistol one. That's me. You'll see like 109 followers. There's another one I did by mistake, so ignore that one. But make sure you. I really do appreciate it. I'm getting better at talking because of the gaming. I can tell you, I definitely appreciate you guys coming in and representing. Hopefully, we can get a bigger audience. You share it with everybody else, and at some point in the comments, we got to figure out how to get Veronica to start gaming too. You can get her into COD,
We're going to have a gaming
cannot.
podcast. We're going to have a spray painting art
spray
podcast.
paint art. Yeah.
We're going to do an iFloat podcast.
Oh, that's right. I float. I
We're gonna
forgot the
do
float.
and
Oh,
we're going to
Jesus.
do the iFly
I'm out.
podcast.
I don't want to. I'm not doing the
girls are
flight.
out.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh, you're only like 2 feet off the ground.
That's
sissy.
2 feet too high.
Oh my god.
So, but yeah. So the next time we come up, I'll put something in there for the next time we're gonna go live. We may go sooner if everybody liked it, and you guys can ask us questions. We do have the ability to take phone calls. So if KGB's still around, we're gonna talk to your wife about how good you're doing. So again, you guys, we really appreciate you guys being here, and we'll see you on the next one.
Stay strong.